Good morning, I'm Michelle. Welcome to today's class. Today's class is in all levels, Vinyasa, a little power going on in there. Feel free to make the poses more advanced or less advanced. Up to you. You can modify, I'll show you some modifications. If you're ready, we're going to get started in child's pose, the back of your mat. Big toes together to touch. Open up the knees to a comfortable width. Settle your hips to your heels, your belly between your thighs, and your arms either out in front of you or stretched back behind you by your feet. Bring your forehead to the mat and just simply begin to connect to your breath. Connect to the shape. Allow yourself to settle. Let the fidgeting cease. We'll take 3 big cleansing breaths together. Inhale really big through your nose. Exhale, open up your mouth and let it go. Again, inhale big through your nose. Exhale out of the mouth. One more deep breath in through your nose. Exhale, open up the mouth and let it go. Elongating these exhales to feel your way through these poses. Start to control your breath with Ujjayi breathing, narrowing the breath down to just your nose. Inhale as you pull the breath through the back of your throat, creating this vibration between your ears. Audible sounds on and off of your mat. Make your exhales a little longer and slower, pulling breath through the back of your throat, out of your nose. When you're ready, start to stretch your arms out in front of you if they're not already. Use this moment to set an affirmation or an intention for your practice and one for the rest of today. On your next inhale, lift up your torso and walk your hands over to the right, waking up the left side of your body. Breathing in very slowly, and being the watcher of your breath, the watcher of your thoughts as they show up, and they will. The essence of the mind is to think. The essence of meditation, which is where we want to be in this pose, is the breath. And just simply observing the thoughts, observing the sensations, and letting all of that fade into the background of your breath. Exhale to empty. And then inhale, pick up your torso and walk your hands over to the left. Waking up the right side of the body. Noticing similarities from left to right. Not to compare or judge or label, but just simply observe. Throughout the practice, take mental notes of what you're feeling physically, emotionally, and energetically. And some of these poses will make you feel very energetic. Maybe those are your go-to poses on days when you're not feeling so energetic. And then some of these poses are gonna make you feel maybe a little emotional. Notice the emotion that shows up. Bring it back to center when you're ready. And then lift yourself up to all fours. Line up the creases of your wrists, elbows, and shoulders. Dial your elbows back. Hug the upper arm bones in by rooting down into your index fingers and thumbs. Press down into your shins, stacking your hips over your knees. Start to wave your spine in cat-cows. Inhale, let the belly dip down to the earth as the tail lifts. Feel the hands as you pull your shoulders back, opening up the front body, lifting your gaze. Exhale, round and curl your spine. Push away from the mat. Hollow out the belly. Bring your chin to your chest and your gaze between your legs. Inhale, dip the belly, lift the heart and tail, and your gaze. Being mindful of the sensations in the back of your neck or just warming up here. Exhale, round and curl. Inhale, this time pick up your feet and tuck your toes. Continue cat-cows. Relax areas like your face and jaw. In every pose, constantly check in with your face, the pressing of the lips, the gritting of the teeth. You want to relax all that. It has nothing to do with the pose. In fact, it burns up energy that we could be using in our practice. Turn your gaze behind the eyes and observe every little bit of your breathing, letting it be the most interesting thing about your pose. We're going to start to circle around the mat more organically, and a time to check in, getting into those missed parts around your wrist, your elbows, your shoulders, down to the hips, the feet and the toes. Reverse your direction. Notice when your eyes are open, if they're moving all over the place. Try your best to fix your gaze on one spot, or if possible, close your eyes. Bring it back to neutral. Tuck your or untuck your toes, tops of the feet down. We're going to push down with our hands, shins and feet, and lift up the knees and shins, drawing your belly in, waking up the core. Hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2. Pushing down with the index finger and the thumb knuckles. Lower your knees, bring them together. Sit, tuck your toes, sit back on your heels, take your hands behind you, interlace your fingers, press your palms together, open up the chest, lift your gaze, take a full breath in here. The knuckles move towards the earth and the heart moves towards the sky. Pull your belly back to protect your spine and draw your ribs in and down towards the hip bones. Inhale, reach with the arms up. Exhale, bring your hands back to your heart. And bring your hands back down. Untuck your toes. Draw your belly up and in. Push down with your hands. Hug the upper arm bones in and lift your knees and shins back up. Staying on the tops of your feet. Inhale, lift the belly. Exhale, take the right knee and tap your right elbow. and bring it back. Exhale, tap your left elbow and bring it back. Right knee, right elbow and back. Left knee, left elbow and back. One more, both sides. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Lower your knees, tuck your toes, sit back on your heels, reach back for your little pinky toe. Try to get your toes all down on the mat. Inhale, sweep the arms up this time. Interlace your fingers, push your palms to the sky, pull the belly back, and as you exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, center, and exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, circle the arms around. Interlace your fingers behind you again. Press your palms together. Draw your knuckles towards the mat. Lift your gaze to the sky. Full breath in. At the beginning of your inhale, from this point forward, pull the belly back. Bring energy into the spine. On the exhale, squeeze your ribs in, tightening up your front body. Inhale, reach the arms back up. Exhale, hands to heart. Bring your hands back down. Pick your feet up, tops of the feet down. One more time here. Take a breath in, lift the belly, lengthen the tailbone and the crown of the head in opposite directions. Exhale as you lift up the knees. Inhale here. Exhale, tap the right elbow with the right knee, slide it to the wrist, bring it back up and down. Inhale. Exhale, elbow, wrist, elbow, down. Inhale. Elbow, wrist, elbow, back. Inhale. Exhale, elbow, wrist, elbow, back. One more. Exhale, wrist, elbow, back. Inhale. Exhale. Your exhale should last you the whole knee, elbow, wrist, back to elbow. Lower your knees, tuck your toes, open up the knees a little wider. Prepare for your downward facing dog. Make sure all 10 fingertips are gripping your mat. Index, knuckles, and thumbs grounded. Upper arm bones wrapped in and back. Start to push back. Turbo dog. Your knees up. Biceps by your ears. Feel your triceps wrap back and down towards the mat. Feel your lower belly lift up towards your spine. Feel your heels stack above your toes. And then maybe open up your knees. Set your gaze. And breathe into the entire lung region, feeling your rib cage expand, front, side, and more importantly, the back. Often, that's missed. On your next inhale, send your hips skyward, straighten out your legs the best you can, and then pedal out your heels, feeling your way through the back of your legs. Now notice if you're feeling anything in your wrist, you need to push back a little more. Wrap the arm bones in towards each other. Biceps by your ears. Shake your head no and yes. On your next inhale, we'll lift the heels, round your spine like an angry cat, rippling forward into a high plank pose. On an exhale, lower your knees and hover your heart. Chaturanga variation. Inhale, pull the heart forward and up, lifted cobra. Pull your hands and hips, magnetize them together, lift up your heart and gaze. exhale, lift your belly, tuck your toes, send your hips back up, chin to chest. Inhale, high plank, angry cat the spine, ripple forward, look forward. Exhale, lower, knees, hover heart. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. One more. Inhale, round your spine forward. Look forward. Exhale, this time no knees or lower right to your belly. Inhale to cobra or upward facing dog. On an exhale, lift the hips, press it back, downward facing dog. Walk your hands back to meet your feet. Feet are 2 fist distance apart or any other comfortable distance. Keep the knees soft. Grab a hold of opposite elbows. Allow your head to hang heavy and give yourself an opportunity to wake up more of the back body, the back of your legs, releasing tension, and then feeling the grounding of your feet. So within each pose, we use our breath to anchor us and to elevate us. The anchor is in the feet right now. The elevation is in the low belly. It's in the back body. You can sway side to side, bending one knee at a time, or you can bend both knees. You can sway forward and back. Notice where your tongue is. Notice if the teeth are gritting and the lips are pressing. Try to relax it all. On your next inhale, we're going to release the fingertips to either line up by your toes, or if your hamstrings are pretty tight, hands on the shins. Lift your heart halfway, trying to get your shoulders and hips on the same line. So if you have to bend your knees, bend your knees. If you have a bunch of wrinkles in the back of your neck, try to lengthen the spine, lengthen the neck. On an exhale, fold, ground inward with your big toe mound and inner arches. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Let your movement and breath be one. At the end of the exhale, hollow and scoop your belly. At the beginning of the inhale, lift the low belly to your spine. Exhale and let it go. Soften your knees. Lift all 10 toes. Look forward. Sweep the arms out and up and rise all the way up to standing, toes down. Inhale, shift your gaze up. Firm up your thighs. Rise up and out of your low back. Energize your fingers. On the exhale, find more sensation in that back bend. On the inhale, anchor and rise. One more breath here. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. On your next inhale, bring your gaze forward, soften the knees, open up the arms, and forward fold. Inhale, soft knees, walk it out, downward facing dog. Exhale, try to root your heels towards the mat. Slightly move your heels out so they're aligned with your pinky toe. On an inhale, lift your right leg back and up. Exhale, bring your right thigh towards your belly, maybe knee to nose. Keep that left leg nice and strong. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, right knee to nose. Look between your hands and step your right foot up. Feet are hip bone distance apart. Right knee is on top of your right ankle. Lunge twist. Left hand to the inside of the right foot. Right hand touches right shoulder and reaches to the sky. Right shoulder stacks on top of left. Make sure you're staying strong in your back left leg. We tend to forget about it. Keep it strong. Start to pivot your toes to the right. Reach with your bicep on an inhale. Bicep by your ear, fingertips reach forward. On an exhale, we're going to circle the right arm down and around. Inhale, reach it up and back. Up and forward. Exhale, reach down and back. Inhale. Maybe dip your ears back on that final one. And then we're going to lift up the hips, pivot around to the left, and find Standasana, your runner's stretch. Bend the left knee. Keep your left heel down. If you need to use your left hand to support you, use your right hand to keep the left knee from coming in. Keep it out. The inner arch of that left foot slightly lifts. The right toes flex, the right thigh engaged and externally rotated. Deep breath in, soften your face, your gaze. Hone in on the breathing, trying to make each breath a little bigger and each exhale a little slower. On your next inhale, we'll place our hands down, lift our hips back up, and move over to the other side. So naturally, that right foot will turn towards the top left corner of the mat. Again, if you need this right hand to help you balance, that's awesome. Take your left hand, make sure the right knee is staying open. Deep breath in. Slow, quality exhale out to empty. Let's bring it back around to the right. Hands frame your right foot. Step it back. Three-legged plank. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, low push-up with the knee or without the knee. Inhale, cobra. Or upward facing dog. Magnetizing your hands to the hips. Exhale, low belly lifts, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, bring the left thigh to your belly or knee to your nose. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale. Knee comes in. Look between your hands and lightly place your left foot. Pause here. Find your foundation, your stability in your left big toe. the ball of your right foot. Nice and strong. You should feel yourself elevating, not sinking. The hand should be able to lift lightly. Right hand down, left arm lifts, twist. Now your right hand is pushing down. Don't sink, push. On an inhale, pivot your toes to the left and reach your left bicep by your ear, fingertips reaching forward. On an exhale, bring your left hand down and back. Inhale, up and forward. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Stretch with the arm. Feel the mid-back. Feel the obliques. Last one, we'll hold. Maybe your hips move to the left and your shoulders and heart move to the right. Keeping that right hip lifted. Slowly lifting up and out of the hips. Runner stretch, your Standasana again. Lowering the hips towards your right heel. Using that right hand to help you balance. Push the right knee away. Or bring your hands to your heart. Or maybe this time, walk your hands forward. Or if you have a half bind or a full bind, do that. I like stretching my hands forward because I feel a nice stretch from my waist out of that left hip joint. Listen to your body. If it's telling you to reach a little further, reach a little further. If it's telling you to back off, back off. One more inhale. We'll slowly lift up and over to the other side. Mirroring what you did on the right. Right toes face the sky. Right thigh engaged and externally rotated. One more breath. We'll bring it around back to the left foot. Lunge, hands flat. Inhale, three-legged plank. Exhale, low push-up with or without the knee. Inhale to cobra. We'll take a few extra breaths here. Magnetize hands to hips. Open up the front body. Draw your shoulder blades together and down. Inhale. Exhale, lift the belly, the hips. Downward facing dog. Look up between your hands, lift your heels. Take little baby steps or take a hop to a handstand all the way up between your hands. I'm sure France is in a handstand as we speak. Linger in that handstand, France. And then lower the feet down and bring your feet together. Toes up. Bend the knees, look forward, chair. Inhale, sink down into the hips, move your hips back so the knees are behind your toes. Check in. Press down with the toes, rise to standing. Firm the thighs, rise out of the low back, energize your fingers, back bend. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale, bring the gaze forward, soften the knees, open the arms, lead with the heart, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, soften the knees, jump step or float it back, high to low push-up. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg sweeps the sky. Exhale, open up the hip, bend the knee, look under your left armpit. See if you can see your right foot. Stay there or flip your dog. Land lightly the right foot behind your left. Lift your hips. Lift your heart. Circle your right arm around. Pivot your left toes to the right. Keep your left knee bent. Reach forward with the right leg and cross right knee over left. Side plank variation. See if you can move your hips towards your heels and then slowly place left hand down. Keep the knees, feel the twist. Uncross, shoot the right leg back and up. Keep the left knee nice and soft, buoyancy. And then step your right foot between your hands. Turn your left foot flat, rising up. So strong legs, magnetize the 2 feet, rise up, warrior 2. And before you go any further, check in with your pose. Back foot lines up with the back of the mat. Right toes, ankle, knee, all facing forward, except the knee is slightly aiming towards your right pinky toe. Look down at the inside of the knee. Make sure you can see your big toe. If it's in, move it out. Shoulders over your hips. Left groin moves to your right heel. Magnetize your 2 feet. Flip your right palm. Inhale, reach it forward. Keep that right knee bent and exalt peaceful warrior. Bringing your left hand wherever you feel comfortable. In front of the body, behind the body, or on that left leg. Keep moving your right knee forward. Keep reaching with your right hand back. Parsvottanasana. Right forearm to the right thigh. Side angle. Left bicep by your ear or straight up to the sky. Or right hand to the inside of that right foot. Or grab the ankle. Or maybe a bind. Notice when a pose gets challenging what your face is doing. I just notice my teeth gritting. So it's just all about finding that awareness within. Straighten out the right leg, lift your right toes, and pivot your toes in. Star pose. Open up the arms. Firm up your thighs. Lift your gaze. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, flat back. Inhale all the way down. Turn your heels out, or heels in, toes out. Inhale, rise up. And then 3 pulsations. Exhale, heels out, toes back in, wide leg fold. Inhale, goddess pose. Exhale, wide leg fold. Inhale, goddess. Exhale, wide leg fold. Hands underneath your shoulders. Take a deep breath in, look up. On an exhale, bend the knees and pivot around to the back of your mat. Take a deep breath in, look forward and up, and rise to crescent. Take a full breath in here. Hug your outer left hip back. Spiral your right thigh in. Squeeze and hug the inner thighs. Scissor action. Inhale. Here's your power move for the flow. Reach forward. Sweep the arms back. Warrior 3. This is inhale. Exhale, bring the right knee in. Kick your right foot out. That's 1. Going for 3. Inhale, warrior 3. Exhale, pull it in. Kick it out. Inhale, warrior 3. Exhale, bring it in. Kick it out. Bring your right foot next to your left. Bend your knees. Touch down. Lift all 10 toes. Rise up, chair. Exhale, eagle wrap. Your left elbow under the right. Left hand grabs the wrist, the thumb, or hands in prayer, whatever you're more comfortable with. Press down in order to rise. Lift up your left knee. Cross your left knee over your right. Gently guide your knees to the left and gently move your elbows to the right, keeping the shoulders and the hips facing the back of your mat. Start to hinge from your hips, round through the spine. Draw your navel in and up. See if you can get your elbows to touch your knees and reach your fingertips towards the earth. On an inhale, take your left leg back and up. Warrior 3 variation. Step your left foot back to warrior 2. Straighten out your right leg, triangle pose. Flip your palms. Look towards the front of your mat. Move your hips towards the front of the mat. Reach with your right hand to the back of the mat. Lower your right hand to the inside or outside of the right foot or ankle. Left arm up or bicep by your ear. Maybe both. Firm up the thighs. Pull your belly in. Reach through your right fingers. Inhale up and exalt. Left hand down, left leg. Right hand reaches forward. Imagine pointing your right toes. Maybe even lift that right heel. Bring it back. Warrior 2. And then 3 pumping warriors. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. One more inhale. Exhale. Take your hands behind you, interlace. Straighten out your right leg, pivot your toes in. Inhale as the palms press, open up the front body, lift your gaze. And on an exhale, pull your belly in, come halfway down, pause. Press down into the outer edges of your feet, but squeeze inward. The inner arches lift, and then slowly fold all the way over. Let your arms ride off your back. The best you can, try to keep your palms touching. If you have a strap and your shoulders are tight, you might want to use it. Take one more breath and flip your palms over. And then we'll press the palms together. Bring the hands back to the tailbone, down towards the legs, and on the floor. And then we'll take a twist here. Right hand under the chin. Left hand on the left hip, or I like to place it on my sacrum. Bring your gaze to the left. Really strong root down with that right hand so I feel my right side oblique getting stronger. And then maybe float your left hand up. Firm up the thighs. As you press down with your right hand, lift up your right hip, creating a deeper twist. Lower the left hand and bring your right hand to the hip or back. Firm the thighs. Strong grounding force with that left hand. Rotate gaze to the right. Try keeping your left hip lifted as you reach with the right arm to the sky, trying your best to stack shoulder on top of shoulder. Imagining your spine is a wet towel right now, and you're wringing it out so the hip and shoulder move in opposite directions. Lower the right hand. Bend your knees a few times, left and right. Bring it around to the left foot. Right hand down. Left fingertips tent. Side plank pose. Stack your left foot on top of the right. You can keep your left hand down for support or sweep the left bicep by your ear. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Bring your left hand back down. Pivot your toes back forward. Tense your right fingertips and lift your left leg. Look forward, stay there, or grip the mat with your left hand and right foot and lift your right arm up. And little lifts with that left leg for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the right hand, lower your left foot. Inhale, high plank, round your spine, separate the shoulders, shift the weight. Exhale, magnetize the shoulders, lower halfway. Inhale, shoulders together and down, cobra. Exhale, belly lifts, hips lift. Down dog. If you need a child's pose here, take a child's pose. If you want to make your pose more active, feel free to do a few jump switches, frog hops, pike hops. Feeling your breath each time at the very top, kiss that sweet spot. On your next inhale, float your left leg back and up. And exhale, open up the hip, bend the knee, roll around your ankle. Stay there or flip your dog. Lightly land the left foot behind your right. Spin your heart and hips skyward. And then circle the left arm around. Pivot your right toes to the right and kick your left foot out. Nope, cross the left knee over your right. Move your hips towards your heels. Start to come out of it. Keep the knees. See if you can place your hand down. Feel that yummy stretch in the mid-back. Pivot the right toes. And inhale, left leg back and up. And exhale. Step the left foot up between your hands. Turn your right foot flat. Magnetize the 2 feet together. Rise up. Warrior 1. 2. Warrior 2. Check in with your pose. Take a few moments. Don't assume you're going to land in the right spot. Assume you're not. So you want to take time to check in and be fully aware of the foot, the shin, the knee, the hips, the shoulders. So if you are looking down at your chest, I say this all the time in my class at the Yoga Connection, make sure your right boob is not pushing forward. Right boob and left boob should be aligned. Inhale, flip your left palm. Reach forward with your left hand. Keep the left thigh bent, left knee bent, and exalt, peaceful warrior. Guide your right groin towards your left heel. Magnetize the feet and try to lift up and out of the low back. Feeling the left knee as it tracks forward, your left hand track back. Your dual actions. Rise up to Parsvottanasana, your side angle pose. Right bicep by your ear, left forearm to the thigh, hand to the ankle, or a half bind or full bind. Slowly rising up with straight legs, lift the toes and spin your toes in. Star pose. Open up the arms, move the hips forward, and we're going to move with our breath. Inhale here. Exhale, fold all the way over. Inhale, we'll turn the heels out, rise up, goddess. Exhale, wide leg fold. Inhale, goddess. Exhale, wide leg fold. Inhale. Exhale. Let's do a few more. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Bend the right knee, pivot around to the right. Rise up, crescent. Big breath in, scissor action, the inner thigh. Inhale, come halfway. Steady your gaze, reach with the arms back, find warrior three. Exhale, pull the left knee in towards the midline and kick it out in front of you. Inhale, back, warrior three. The slower you move, the better the body's going to listen to you. Exhale, bring the knee in, kick it out. Last one, thank God. Warrior three. Exhale, bring it in. Kick it. Bend it. Lower, bend the right knee, bend your left knee. Look down at your toes. Inhale, rise chair. Exhale, eagle wrap. Right elbow under the left. Grab thumb, wrist, or hands in prayer. Left toes down. Inhale, rise up with the right knee. Cross your right knee over your left. Hook the foot behind the left leg if you can, or use the right foot to help you balance. Bring your knees or your elbows towards your knees, fingertips towards ear. Notice if your knees keep wanting to move left, resist, just slightly guide them right. Slowly find warrior three, variation. Soften the left knee, step back, warrior two. Straighten the left leg. Triangle pose, flip your palms. Your left heel lines up with the back right foot. Look to the back of the mat. Move your hips to the right. Reach with your left hand forward. Lower left hand, reach right arm up, or right bicep by your ear. Strong in your legs. Keep firming up your thighs. Keep pulling the belly back. One more breath. Your inhale rises you up and exalt. Imagine pointing your left toes. Try to lift up that left heel. Bring it back. Warrior 2. And then 3 pumping warriors. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Interlace. Straighten the left leg. Lift your toes and spin your toes in. Press the palms together. Inhale, look up. Exhale with a flat back, only halfway down. Move your hips back, move your hands back, and the crown of the head forward. Draw your belly in, lengthen your tailbone back. And then at the end of your next exhale, fold all the way over, letting your arms ride off your back. Flip your palms if you like. Shake your head no. Shake your head yes. And on your next inhale, bring your hands to your tailbone. Slide your hands down your legs. And then Yogi's choice. Inversions. Or walk your fingertips out. Or walk your hands back between your legs. Or do a little bit of everything because you have 10 breaths. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. So if your legs are up, have an exit strategy and start to put it into place. Once your feet are down, we're all going to just bend the knees right and left, left and right. Oh, it feels so good. Bring it back around to a right side lunge. Tent your right fingertips, left palm flat. Grip the mat with the left fingertips. Right foot moves back to a side plank. Right hand stays down or stretches forward, bicep by your ear. Try to get your left big toe down to support that ankle, to strengthen the joint. Inhale, circle the right hand around. Lift up your right leg. Tense your left fingertips or lift your left arm. Pulse the right leg up and down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower your left hand and the right foot. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, low push up. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, back, child's pose. Great job. If you want to do that flow again, rewind and do it again. See if you've gotten a little stronger, a little more space. On your next inhale, we're going to lift up to all fours, or you can come back to downward facing dog. And we're just going to step the right foot up between the hands and stretching back for a half split pose. Pull right heel and left knee towards each other. Firm up your right thigh. Flex your right foot. Breathe. If you want more, pivot your right toes to the right and your left foot over to the left. I only do this for you guys because I don't want more. But it does feel good. I just feel a lot of the goodness. Sometimes I want to be there, and sometimes I don't. Listen to your body. Don't force yourself to do something that doesn't feel appropriate. Today it felt pretty good, actually. We're going to bend the right knee, heel toe right foot over to the left, and find pigeon pose. And in pigeon pose, let's start with the heart up. Try to get your right shin as parallel to the top of your mat as you can. Use your right hand either on the right thigh, inside of the right knee, and left hand on the foot, or you can bring your hands by your side. Pull your heart forward, pull your right hip back, and your left thigh forward. Pull your belly in and lift your gaze. One more breath. And then you can slide your right foot in a little bit, walk your hands out, come onto your elbows, and thread your left arm across the top of your chest over to the right. And taking a deep breath in and exhale to complete relaxation. This is one of those poses where if you wanted to stay longer, you would just hit the pause button. So if you threaded your left arm across the top of the chest, go ahead and take it out. Lift yourself up. If your left foot is out, just slide it in a few inches, not underneath your pubic bone, not even touching your pubic bone, but it's okay if it is. Right hand stays down, left thigh stays facing down. Bend the left knee, reach back, try to catch the foot or ankle, and squeeze your heel towards your bum or your hip. Push down with your right hand and pull with your left. If you have more, go for more. Elbow to the foot, foot to head. Awesome. Bring the left foot back, hands down, tuck the back toes, stay on your left knee. You can adjust when you get there. Take the right knee back, take your left hand on your back, and then circle your right knee around for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Extend your right foot back. Bring your hands down in front of you. 3 sunbird bows. So lift the right leg, look forward, inhale, push away from the earth. Exhale, hug the elbows in, melt your chest between your hands. Chin to the mat, right leg lifts. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, sunbird bow. Inhale, rise up. Last one. Exhale, sunbird bow. Hold. Lowering both knees slowly. And then sliding through cobra pose. Look over your right shoulder. Chin to chest. Look over your left shoulder. Chin to chest. Look up. Exhale, child's pose. Or active rest, down dog. Or maybe a forearm stand or a headstand or whatever you like. I know some of you are going, ooh, Michelle, throwing in a sunbird bow at the end of class. That's right, I went there. Here we go. Pigeon on the other side. Down dog or all fours. First, step the left foot through. Find your half split pose. Pull your left heel back and your right knee forward. And your heel and knee shouldn't be directly aligned. They should be lined up with the hip bones. Stay there. Or move left toes to the left, right foot to the right, hands to the left. Feel free to invert or lower your elbows. And then bring it back around to the front. Bend the knee. Heel toe your left foot to the right. Pigeon pose before we go all the way down. Bring the shin parallel to the top of the mat the best you can. Bring your left hand to the inside of the left knee, right hand to the foot. Keep hugging right or left hip back and feeling your right thigh inner spiral. Your hips might be elevated right now. I've been doing more pigeon in these last 6 to 7 weeks than I have my whole life. During class, when we get into pigeon, some of you notice I go around the room and I give adjustments. So I tend to forget that pose in my own practice. So I've been doing it so often that my hips just come right down to the mat. But I noticed when I first started doing this pose particular, my hips were not lifted. Let's bring the left foot a little closer and find a more relaxing pigeon pose. Taking the right arm and threading it across the top of the chest to the left. Oh, this feels good. So in our sunbird bow, on that third one, we try to float both feet skyward. If you use a little momentum on the second one, just play with the idea of maybe lifting that foot. The third one or the fourth, if you keep trying, you might just lift it right up. We're going to slowly come back. Unless you want longer, take a pause. Lift yourself up. Reach back for your right foot or ankle. Stay right on top of the right thigh. Don't worry how far that foot comes in. It doesn't matter as long as the thigh is facing down. With practice, that right heel will get closer and closer to your right thigh, but not necessary. And we'll gently release back to 3-point tabletop. So make the adjustments. Take your right hand behind you. This creates balance, so we're not leaning on the right. And then circle. Left knee up, out, and in. 1. Inhale as the knee opens up. Exhale as you bring it in. 2 more. Notice if you're sinking in that left shoulder and left wrist, reverse. Strong push away with that left hand. 3 more. 2 and 1. Right hand comes down, left foot kicks back, a gentle stretch in the back of the leg. Sunbird bow, inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, melt the heart, the chin, the chest. Inhale, rise. So if you're practicing floating up that right foot, bend and lower, tuck the knee, little hop up and lower. Inhale up. Exhale, last one. Lowering both knees. Inhale, slither through cobra. So it's a lot on the neck. Bring your chin to your chest. Bring your chin over to the left shoulder. Inhale, chin to chest. Chin to the right shoulder. Chin to chest. Look up. Exhale, child's pose. In this child's pose, bring your knees together. Sit back on your heels. Take a full breath in. Quality exhale out. Inhale, lift up. Downward dog or all fours, jump, step, float, crawl your way to the top of your mat. Stretching your legs all the way out. Reaching up with your arms. Inhale. Anchoring the sit bones as you exhale. Pull your belly in and start to fold over your legs. Inhale, lengthen by pulling your shoulders back and the crown of the head forward. Feeling the tailbone moving to the back of your mat, navel to spine. Exhale as you fold. Inhale as you roll yourself up. Exhale as you roll yourself all the way down, 1 vertebra at a time, to your final pose, your Shavasana, for just a brief pause. Rock your ears right and left a few times. Set yourself up for bridge pose. Hands by your side, palms down. Bend your knees, hip bone distance apart. I know right now you probably want to hug your knees in, And if that's the case, go ahead and do it. But if you can resist for a few moments, resist. Take a breath in, pull your low belly in. On an exhale, press down with your hands and peel your spine off the mat, one vertebra at a time. Notice if your chin's on your chest, lift your chin off your chest a little. Notice if you're squeezing your glutes, relax your glutes and squeeze down and in with your feet, your knees, and your inner thighs. Option to keep your hands where they are or interlace your fingers underneath you. Option to reach your arms up and over your head, palms face skyward. Final option, final 5 breaths, full wheel. Fingertips face your feet. Inhale, push yourself all the way up. You can rock forward and back. Notice where the sensation lies and maybe lean in there or back out of there. Shake your head no and yes if you're in full wheel. 2 more breaths here. On your next inhale, you're going to bend the elbows and lower yourself all the way back down. Find your way into dead bug pose. Lifting the arms and your legs. Rolling around your wrists and your ankles. Wiggling your fingers and your toes. Relaxing your face and your jaw. Happy baby pose. Bring your hands to your inner arches. Let the knees hug the rib cage. Take a breath in and a breath out. Feel free to rock side to side, or if possible, kick into your right hand with your right foot. Bring it in and kick in to your left hand with your left foot. Bring it in, do it again, or kick both hands. Kick both feet into both hands. Keep your tailbone down. If you feel your spine lifting away from the mat, go somewhere where the spine comes back down into the mat, where you pull your belly in. You might bend your knees a little. On your next inhale, you'll lift the legs up and then cross your right knee over your left. Relax your hands. If you like to hook your right foot behind your left, feel free. Getting into the groin. If you feel it, you need it. If you don't, it's a great stretch for the hips anyway. Remembering that the body's not meant to be felt. We only feel it when there's a sign of dysfunction. It's a way of your body saying, alert, alert, alert. For you to slow down. Breathe very deeply. If you have your right foot hooked, unhook it. Open up your arms wide like a T, or what I like to do, cactus my elbows. Place your left foot down. Lift your hips and scoot your hips to the right. If you like a more subtle twist, uncross your knees. If you like a big twist, you can hook your right foot or just keep the knees the way they are. And very slowly let the knees drop over to the left and look right. One more breath here. And if you know me and you've been taking my classes, you probably know this is my favorite twist. So if you have a favorite twist in any class that you take, you should always take that favorite one. One that you know gets the job done. On an inhale, we're going to lift the knees back up. Center your hips. Bring the knees into the belly. Lift up your head, neck, and shoulders and give yourself a hug. Lower your head down. Lift your legs up. Roll around your ankles. And cross your left knee over the right. Relax the hands. Hook if you like. Don't if you don't like. Releasing tension in the inner legs, the outer hips, and the low back. Open up your arms wide like a T. Unhook. Right foot down, and however you twist it on the other side, scooting the hips to the left, go for it. Knees to the right. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more breath. Gaze center. Inhale, bring the knees back up. Uncross and center your hips. Bring your knees back in for one more. Final big hug. Maybe this time, instead of crossing the arms in front of you, you cross them underneath the legs. Rest your head down. And if you have your arms under the legs, bear claw your hands. Let the knees go towards your elbows, and whether the hands are on front, in the front of the thigh, front of the shins, or behind the legs, rock side to side. From here, soles of the feet together, knees apart. Hands, palms up, arms comfortably away from the body. Space between the lips. Relaxed jaw, relaxed face. Returning to normal breathing, resting your attention there. Stay there for the duration of your practice, your Shavasana, or extend your legs out to each corners of the mat. Thank you so much for taking this time out to connect with me, to connect with your overall health, to stay connected to the Yoga Connection and Davy and Pembroke Pines. It's beautiful community to be a part of. Namaste, yogis.